Hey, it's good to see you. I'm glad you could be here. Today was Thursday, August 21st, I believe. Right? Yeah, August 21st. I felt calm today. In the morning, I did, and initially I felt a little overwhelmed. Not exactly sure why. I guess just thinking about life. Worrying about things that aren't real worries. But, it passed. I got ready for the day and had a pretty good day overall, I think. No, it was a good day. It was a good day. Got some sunshine. That was nice. It's always nice to lay in the grass, look up at the sky, listen to the sound of the world around you. Pleasant. It is a pleasant feeling. Before, as I was getting ready, because I record these after the day is over, and as I was getting ready to record, I was imagining recording and talking to myself as if I were recording. Like, am I wasting all my good thoughts when I'm not even recording it? I don't remember what I was saying to myself. Oh, it was something about other people's existence doesn't affect my value. Because I think that sometimes, a lot of the time, I'll see people's achievements or just living life and doing things. And it irks me a little bit. And I think the reason it irks me is for some reason I think that them existing and having experiences as is inherent with existing somehow makes me a worse person. How that logic adds up, I don't know. But other people's experiences and ideas and existence does not affect my value. What is my value? I don't know. I don't know. I think that's accurate, though. That's the best I can muster at this time. I was trying to think, what can I present to the world through the medium of YouTube? I know I've already discussed this. But what can I present that is unique? And the only thing that is unique is me. Because we are all inherently unique just by existing and not being anybody else. That's just part of the deal. Welcome to life, you're unique. Doesn't mean I'm good. Or that I'm not similar. But if there's anything I have to offer, it is me. How do I best present me to the world? Hey world, here I am. Judge me. I was also thinking about Cthulhu. Because I just read The Call of Cthulhu. It's like, why did Cthulhu become a thing in pop culture? And where my mind went was there can only be first that there are an incredible amount of cool things out there. So much. There's so many cool things. And second, there are only so many spots available in public knowledge, in pop culture. I'm not quite wording that the same way I did, but because if every cool thing was in pop culture, you wouldn't be able to do anything. There's so much. An incredible amount. A bogglingly amount. That's not right, but you get what I'm saying. You understand what I'm trying to say, I assume. So why, out of all the cool things out there, is Cthulhu one of those things that is part of pop culture? I don't know. I don't have an answer. I just thought it was an interesting question. I'm good at asking questions. Number one ability, asking questions. Yeah, that's my best. That's my S tier ability, asking questions. My F tier ability, finding answers. I stink at that. That's why I like people who know things. I'm like, hey, I have this question, but I'm too lazy to find the answer. Can you answer it for me? Because that's a healthy way to go about life, right? Right? I'm too dependent. I'm too dependent and I have low self-esteem. Do I have low self-esteem because I'm too dependent? Or am I too dependent because I have low self-esteem? Probably the latter. Latter. What ladder? That one. Oh, but I guess interesting moments do not come from perfect situations. Of course, it is impossible to define a perfect situation. Is a perfect situation when everything goes right or when everything goes wrong? How would you define when everything went right? You only know the outcome that happened, because there can only be one, but one of an infinite number. So how do you know that the one we ended up with was the perfect one? Is it important? No. What? No, absolutely not. But is it interesting? I think so. I think it's okay. In period, in general, it's okay. I worry about making sense too much. I need to make less sense. What is something that makes no sense? Something that makes no sense. Food? Does food make sense? I'm gonna argue that food makes no sense. Welcome to this documentary series of why food makes literally 0 sense. It could be making dollars, it could be making hundreds, but it makes no sense because food does not have brains. Food has no brains. Hey, Plants vs. Zombies, though. I mean, plants are food, and food have brains, and plants and zombies. So maybe food does make sense. But no, brains is not a... You have to have currency to make sense. But brains are not. Wait, do plants have brains? Tree doesn't have a brain. You don't need a brain to interact with the world. Right? Do they have nervous systems? How do plants work? Do spiders smell? Can they smell things? In Doom, why are there robots in hell? Where does Doom Guy get all his ammo from? These are the questions I need answers to. This is where will lead me to a more fulfilling life. Again, am I gonna go looking for the answer? Heck no, man. What do I look like to you? A person? No way. Not even conceivable by the limitless imagination of humankind. Limitless? No, there's a limit for sure. 100%. There's a limit. What that limit is, I don't know, because I got a limit. I can't even limit how much is limiting the limit right now. Spandex. What? Why? I mean, incredibly useful. Absolutely. You imagine not having stretchy clothes? What a terrible world to live in. That is clearly the best invention since was it polyester? When was stretchy stuff invented? I'm gonna guess late 1800s. I'm gonna guess that's when it was like invented. It wasn't put in. Again, this is not factual. But I'm gonna guess stretchy things in clothes in particular were implemented like it's gotta be a war thing, right? It had to come from one of the wars. I'm gonna guess World War II. That feels like a World War II thing. Or something to like come out of that. Wait, is spandex a brand? You know, like Kleenex? We all call it Kleenex, but that's not what they're called. They're like, I think they're called facial tissues or something like that. So is spandex a brand, or is that what the thing is actually called? I think I'm going to title this, I don't know, but it's interesting, ain't it? That's a good title, right? What makes a good title? Well, ideally, it'll have your social on it and your full name and date of birth. As a title, I guess you have to have registration to have a title. Your car make and model number. Model number? Do you need a model number? That sounds like a toy thing. What's the model number on your Gundam there? Oh, you got the X2Y ZX Fold Ultra Mega Death Surround Sound Nuclear Fission Collapsible Wand with accessories? If Harry Potter was Harry Ubman, if Harry Potter was Harriet Tubman, that's her name, right? I do not know my history. I remember in like, I don't know, 6th grade or something maybe, I was reading a biography or what's the one? Yeah, you have a biography and then there's another one. I can't, my brain. Anyway, I was reading this thing about presidents. The original presidents, the real ones. Like the first presidents. Just like about their lives or something like that. Some kind of historical overview. I liked it. I thought it was fun. It was written, oh, you know what's a great history book? I can't even remember what it's called. Oh, The Longest Day. About the history of D-Day. Fascinating. Because it gives you, what I found so fascinating about it was it gives you like an objective, factual history of what happened from both sides. And just how, first of all, how human it felt, or how it was, because I felt like learning about it in history was like, it felt so abstract, like so far removed from reality. But this book makes it feel very human. and also how incredibly lucky that it worked out the way it did. Any other day, any other time, it would not have been successful. Successful in that the troops actually landed there and got a hold on the land. Or I don't know, the history stuff. The thing. I guess maybe it felt it felt so human because of how like imprecise it was. How up in the air, how much guessing. Now, granted, it's been a while since I've read it, so I may be misremembering the living daylights out of it. So I apologize. To all historians out there, I am so sorry for existing and ruining history. And please correct me. Give me your knowledge for free. That's why I'm a sympathy collector. Empathy collector. I make you feel bad for me, and then you give me your stuff for free. Yeah, that's my talent. I'm a humble farmer, man. I'm just out here farming sympathy, getting free stuff all the time. Man, am I good at it. I mean, that's what this is, basically. You've fallen into my trap. I am very smart. And I definitely do it intentionally. Is it worse if you do it? Is it worth it? Is it worse if I do it intentionally or unintentionally? Like if someone's being mean to you, does it hurt more if you know they're doing it intentionally or if you know they're doing it unintentionally? Which is more emotionally, psychologically damaging to you? I would think it would be intentionally. But it's not completely one-sided. It's not a landslide for sure. Because doing something, hurting somebody and not even knowing, that's brutal. That's brutal. I guess from that point of view, I'm thinking about it as if I'm the one doing the damage rather than being the one who's receiving the damage. So if I was hurting someone intentionally, if I was hurting someone intentionally, I'd probably feel guilt about that. But if I was hurting someone unintentionally, and I found out about it later, that's a different kind of guilt. Those aren't equivalent guilt. not that one is worse than the other, but they're different. They're not the same. One from action, one from inaction? No, you both act. You've acted on both. What would the difference be? Because just saying it, they felt different. If I hurt somebody on purpose, I'm going to feel guilty about it later. That's like I made a decision and I went into a situation with intention, and now I'm regretting that decision. It's like I made a deliberate choice and now I'm regretting the choice. Okay? If I do it unintentionally, it's like guilt with intention and guilt without intention. Like survivor's guilt, maybe? That's clearly not the same. But obviously there are different types of guilt. Sorry, I get distracted, and I can't doodle and think and talk at the same time. I'm talking with my hands up here where you can't see, out this way, or out that way, or that way, down that way. Just have like I need a 360 camera is what I need. Then you could see everything. And it would be awful. I like how I always start and end these videos with a big sigh. It just feels nice to sigh. Yeah. All right. Take care.